She was remiss in her duties as the principal of the school.
Blaming the headmistress for the Davytown school drowning tragedy. What's behind the growing number of racist incidents at our schools, including the auctioning off of students?
Former President Zuma has been running on a dangerous platform that casts doubt on our entire constitutional edifice.
How can the ANC survive its battle with Jacob Zuma? Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
The Gauteng Education Department has suspended the principal at Pretoria Girls High for 3 months amid fresh allegations of racism at the school. 12 learners at the school have also been suspended after being linked to allegations that they were sharing racial microaggressions on a whites-only WhatsApp group.
So parents need to come forward. If there are some challenges, bring it forward, we will deal with them. So they should never feel that the Department of Education is not listening. Everybody in school, whether it's a public or private, they are not outside our own reach if there's some form of misbehavior.
1,000. I mean 50,000. 50,000.
The Democratic Teachers Union has weighed in on recent cases of racism at the country's schools, saying it's extremely concerning. This follows 3 separate incidents in 2 provinces in less than a week. In the most recent, at Pinelands High School in the Western Cape, a video posted on social media shows black learners placed in a cage and sold on auction.
We're also calling for increased parental involvement. We are saying that parents must take interest in what their children are doing, in how also they behave and conduct themselves. A school is a microcosm of society.
The Gauteng Education Department has revealed that the principal of Davytown Skills School failed in her duties as the head of the school regarding the drowning of 2 learners. In April, 15-year-old Sipamantla Peterson and 17-year-old Sibosiso Sibiya went to a discipline camp with a non-profit organization, Rising Stars. That's where they tragically lost their lives on the last day of the excursion while swimming unsupervised. After the tragedy, the department appointed Sianago attorneys as an independent legal firm to probe the matter. They say disciplinary action should be taken against the principal.
The principal failed to inform the parents of the risks associated with the activities that were to be undertaken by the learners. She was remiss in her duties as the principal of the school. The principal's reason for not complying with the regulations is that she did not know about these regulations. We find this version concerning.
5 suspected cash-in-transit robbers have been killed in a shootout with police in the Eastern Cape. 4 others have been arrested and are expected to appear in court soon. It's alleged that the group ambushed a cash-in-transit van en route to Stutterheim from East London yesterday and fled with an undisclosed amount of money. The Hawks say a few hours after the incident, they received a tip-off that some of the robbers were hiding at a homestead in Keiskammerhoek. Money, 8 rifles and live rounds of ammunition were found inside the household.
One 50-year-old suspect who happened to be the owner of the homestead was arrested and will appear in King Williamstown's Magistrates Court soon.
Will the ANC survive Jacob Zuma's dramatic exit from the party? That's a concern for many members. Zuma has been booted from the party by its National Disciplinary Committee for misconduct related to supporting another political organization during the elections while he was still an ANC member.
He wants to project himself as a victim and a victimizer, being the ANC. He wanted that to play out before the election so that he could attract more sympathizers to vote for his party, the MK.
Let's take a look at some important financial developments today. Trade, Industry and Competition Minister Parks Tau says South Africa's exclusion from AGOA is not a possibility. Tau says the country has now received strong bilateral support from both the Republican and Democratic parties in the United States for the reauthorization of the African Growth and Opportunity Act. AGOA allows eligible countries on the continent exemption from taxes on their exports to the US and allows them access to the US market.
In fact, the initial bill that was proposed that suggested South Africa's possible exclusion has been amended, and there's no AGOA resolution at this stage or proposal that suggests the exclusion of South Africa.
Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago has painted a bleak economic picture as new domestic and global challenges emerge. Despite some improvements, Kganyago says risks and vulnerabilities built up during the COVID pandemic are yet to fully subside, and public debt levels globally are also at record levels. He warns there's little monetary or fiscal policy space available to deal with these risks to financial stability, renewed inflation pressures, or even the growing challenge of climate change.
Inflation remains a major policy concern for central banks globally.
6 children remain in a critical condition after a fatal stabbing in the United Kingdom. 2 children were stabbed to death and 9 others injured in a knife attack at a children's dance workshop in Merseyside. Local police say 2 adults are also in a critical condition after being stabbed as they try to protect children at the Taylor Swift-themed event. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. Police say the motivation for the attack is unclear, but it was not being treated as terror-related.
We believe that the adults who were injured were bravely trying to protect the children who were being attacked. As a mum and a nana, I can't begin to imagine the pain and suffering that the families of the victims are going through at this moment in time.
And we leave you with some pictures coming from the Olympic Games playing out right now in Paris.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.